local food truck owner is sharing the challenges of opening a small business in our community. Our Amber Rodriguez live here in studio with his story.
Robert Stewart, who is also known as Chef Stu, says he opened his truck, Stix, a year ago. And his vision was to get his business running while at the same time giving back to the community.
When we say Stix food truck, we're not talking about hot dogs and hamburgers. We're talking about gourmet food, fine dining that's affordable.
Chef Robert Stewart says after opening his food truck, Stix, a year ago, it has been an uphill battle to find a consistent location to open for business.
It's been really, really hard, honestly, with all the fees and licenses and permits and all of the kind of stipulations that goes with finding a perfect place to go. And so I've been blessed to be able to put my food truck at the NASCAR and Super Bowl, but outside of those big major events, there is really not a lot of places to go.
Stewart says his goal is to eventually open a restaurant and train others interested in becoming a chef and entrepreneur.
A really small brick and mortar and incorporate the concept into a job placement program for the community. So if you guys are looking to learn from a chef and get some pointers and some tips, you can learn how to run a food truck, you can learn how to run a catering company, and once we get the restaurant, you'll be able to learn how to run a restaurant as well.
But without being able to find a home for the truck, which would allow him to have a consistent stream of revenue, he says getting a bank to loan him the money needed to open a brick and mortar is out of the question.
Unfortunately for restaurants, to get the funding, they want to see a consistency of deposits. So hey, to give you a $300,000 loan, we need to see that you make $10,000 8 months in a row. And so with the food truck business Stewart tells me no matter the challenges, he's not giving up on his dream and hopes to be able to give back to the Las Vegas community by teaching others along the way. Reporting in studio, I'm Amber Rodriguez for News 3.
All right, we wish him the best. Amber, thank you.
Chicken salad at my Christmas Eve party, but you don't get none of this because we in Baltimore together and he made me some more. Chef Stu and Lou, that's what's up. Thanks, baby.
You did a great job tonight.
Thank you.
Thanksgiving is upon us, and for those of you who are tired of the same old traditional Thanksgiving dishes, how does a Caribbean Thanksgiving sound? Sounds good to me. Food Network veteran Cutthroat Kitchen winner, oh, I love that show, and Chef to the Stars Robert Stewart joins us to share some tips and dishes that will bring the islands to your holiday gathering. Join me now is celebrity chef Robert Stewart. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Happy holidays to you guys as well.
My God, this is when you need smell-o-vision to be invented because it smells as delicious as it looks.
Good.
What do you have for us here?
As you said earlier, I mean, you got to switch it up a little bit, so I want to just kind of add a little flair to what I would do for Thanksgiving. So what I did was a Cajun fried turkey wing with a mango salsa. We have some turmeric-scented rice with some kidney beans as well. We made a little palm tree with some mandarin oranges, bananas, kiwi. Inside of your glass is an array of mixed greens, champagne vinaigrette, craisins, dried apricots, matchstick carrots, matchstick julienne, red onion, and some sunflower seeds with a champagne vinaigrette. Closer to you is a shrimp lollipop. That also can go with the mango relish. And then inside of these little guys are red snapper, bay scallop, ceviche. Wow. So I want to do a little 5-star thing. You know, I want food that's bright and fluffy and airy, and when you guys eat this, you got enough energy to go to somebody else's house and then eat there and fall asleep.
Oh, yeah.
This is the food to keep you in the mood.
No
Absolutely. Now, I am really particularly interested in that's turkey wings. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Okay, so that's Cajun seasoning, marinated overnight with fresh herbs as well. Fresh herbs being thyme, rosemary, oregano, parsley, and then we deep fried them.
Oh.
So I still want to stay within that. You know, it's
God.
Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna still give you the turkey, but I just don't want to give you the dry turkey breast with the gravy. Especially being in the business, you know, holidays come around. We start cooking turkeys a couple days prior to Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I've been seeing turkey mashed potatoes for 2 weeks now. So now it's time for me to feed my family. I want to brighten it up a little bit.
And if we only had grape Kool-Aid.
Uh-oh.
Well, I did actually make some. They told me
You
I had
made
to-
some?
Yeah.
You made some great
I
Kool-Aid?
made some great Kool-Aid.
Well, we'll take four, brother. We'll take four. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna bring you back on, brother.
I'm telling you. So, you know, what I love about this is you're right. We get stuck in the same rut every year, and it's not necessarily the healthiest things that we eat across the holiday table. It seems to me what I love about your cuisine that you've laid out for us here today, it not only, I'm getting ready to taste it, trust and believe, it not only looks delicious, it smells delicious, I know that it tastes delicious, but it seems so much healthier than the normal holiday fare, right?
Well, you know, me, as you spoke on catering and doing the different things that I do, I try to specialize in global comfort food. So what I wanted to do was basically break my Thanksgiving down to more of a 5-course meal than, you know, a buffet style. So if you was to come to my house, you would see we would start with salads, we would do some appetizers. I actually got a secret for you guys when we finish, a crab cake with mango relish as well. So we have appetizers, and then you guys can go into the rice and beans. Obviously, I could have added cabbage to this, macaroni and cheese, and we could have added a few more things, and it still would have been within that Caribbean theme. So that was the whole idea of it, to basically feed people, and I don't want them to fall asleep. You know, you're supposed to be able to go out and do something after dinner, not fall
I just
asleep.
want to tell you, Avis, this smells like my mom's kitchen because we're Dominican. So
Ooh.
all of
That's
this
right up your alley
means-
with the ceviche, right? That's right up your alley then.
So the rice and beans is always on our Thanksgiving table.
These two sauces down at this end, this is the one that looks really interesting, the light one with the green.
That's the ceviche, actually.
This is the ceviche?
Yeah, so what I did was keeping it traditional family style. I still wanted to put it on big plates, but then I like to break it down. So the little glass that you have actually is the ceviche.
Okay, well, thank you.
And then
I
if
will
you happen to
take
like
this.
it, then you got all that you can have.
Yeah.
It's interesting, all the combination of vegetables and the meats. We know these folks came over here and took this land from these other folks, and we understand that, and we don't celebrate that at all. But in terms of bringing this
Dr.
back
Carr
to,
keeps it real.
no, I mean, exactly. But
Like, wait a
but in
minute.
bringing this back through the Caribbean, this really speaks to not only the diversity of the food that people eat during Thanksgiving, but to the important fact that African people have taken this and taken it out of its context that was intended for,
Right.
and turned into celebration.
Right.
So I don't thank you, brother, and for our First Nations folks, man. We never forget those people.
I
So
didn't
thank
know I
you,
was going
brother.
to do a little history over here, but cheers,
Thanksgiving,
cheers
brother.
for the history. Cheers.
And it is
Cheers.
all about family.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
family coming together.
Exactly.
And, you know, the seniors getting to pour into the younger generation.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, so this is, for me, this is what Thanksgiving is.
Absolutely.
It's about, you know, getting 5, 6 generations together in one room and hearing the stories that now that I'm in the second generation, I've already heard for the past 50 years,
You're right.
but my grandkids haven't heard them. So it's about the family and the sharing of the food and the culture.
Right.
And absolutely, it's...
And in many ways, food is culture, right? Food is a reflection of
Very
culture.
much so. That's you learn if you think about it in a crazy way. I mean, there's only chicken, beef. There's certain proteins, but when you start to flip it, it comes from different cultures. The way that they spice it, the way they marinate it. So I mean, again, so that's just a real way to show you how to do something within the same thing that you would normally do. I mean, people have turkey all night. I doubt if they season it with Cajun spices and different things like that.
Is there any way that people can contact you?
Yes, you can go to my website at www.chefstew.com. I'm the #1 on Google right now. Bing, you just put in hashtag Chef Stew and you'll see the smile. You'll know that it's me. Other than that, I'm not hard to find. 404-907-0068 is a number to get directly into my team. And I travel the world catering. It's not just for celebrities. It's not just for corporate companies, but it's basically for anybody who has a reasonable budget. That's somewhat of the motto of me. Allow for me to give you the same experience that I give the stars. Even with my success, I didn't want to seem alienated to think that, hey, you know, I'm doing all this now, don't call me. A lot of people was like, I would have called you, but we wasn't sure how much you charge. That's not the question. How much are you willing to spend? Because I could easily say $15 million, then the conversation is over. or you could say, you know, I'm having a party. We want to do it something nice, and we have, you know, $2,500, $2,000. My team makes sure that we can figure something out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And best believe we're going to be eating during the break. News 1 Now. We'll be back in a moment.
can you make me a little short cocktail with some ice and that? And Kim wants one too, though. Okay.
You like. Remember that your pantry in the kitchen here is very limited. Not enough to make a whole dish. You have 45 minutes, and your time starts right now. All right.
We are going to go out on an oyster boat. Nice. I'm so excited. But first, we'll get you checked in here at the Tokeland Hotel. Come on, fun times await.
Right this way, you guys.
All right. Looks like a little bit of history here.
Yeah, it sure is. Oldest hotel in the state, built in 1885. Watch out for the ghost cat.
Welcome, my name is Kathleen Nisbet-Monsey. I'm a second-generation shellfish farmer. We farm them, we process them, we pack them and ship them all over the nation. I'm super excited to show you guys the process.
Have you ever seen an oyster this big? So I am here at the Wandering Goose with Chef Heather.
I thought today we'd make a po' boy since we're on the Willapa Bay out here.
Okay.
Cheers.
How you doing? Mark Justice.
Pleased to meet you, Mark. Welcome to the oyster capital of the world. Well, you're at the Pacific County Historical Society Museum. It's a museum, it's a bookstore, and it's a visitor center. It's our research center, and that's where all the magic happens.
Thank you very much.
You're not gonna do it? Come on.
It's good. You can.
I can't. I
can't
do it.
No, you can.
Okay. No, not bad.
That's a win.
That's a win. It's always a good day when you win somebody over on an oyster.
Surprise!
1, 2, 3.